Madam C.J. Walker and Her Wonderful Remedy. Biographical Sketch. Pioneering entrepreneur Madam C.J. Walker was likely both the first woman and first African-American self-made millionaire. She achieved her fortune by creating, marketing, and selling a hair tonic for African-American women. She transformed her life and reached her exalted status through hard work, determination, and courage. As she liked to say, "I got my start by giving myself a start." Madam Walker's real name was Sarah Breedlove. She was born in 1867 into a glum world of poverty and hardship. Her parents were newly freed slaves who worked the cotton fields on a Louisiana plantation. They left her an orphan at age 7. Sarah Breedlove's early life was full of sadness, trouble, change, and upheaval. Seeking sanctuary from an abusive brother-in-law, she married as a 14-year-old and became a mother as a 17-year-old. She went from picking cotton to washing clothes for $1.50 a day. Despite her lack of formal education and money, she was not content to remain an obedient and submissive wife or employee to a tough taskmaster. She had other ideas. To treat her hair loss and a scalp problem caused by poor nutrition, she began mixing homemade hair care recipes. She hit upon a scalp conditioner and healing formula and dubbed it Madam C.J. Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower. She used her third husband's name, C.J. Walker, appending Madam as well for sparkle. She turned her remedy into a booming business. Knowing that he who hesitates is lost, Madam Walker quickly took her product on the road. She traveled for years, selling her hair and beauty products successfully door to door to a responsive and eager audience. Hotels refused to accommodate African Americans, so she often stayed instead with local African American parishioners. After years of struggle, business was so good she was able to hire and train sales agents. They were all African American women seeking a better life. In 1910, Madam Walker moved to Indianapolis and amalgamated her different business ventures into the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company. The Walker compound consisted of a factory, beauty school and salon, and training center for her growing sales force. A tally of Madam C.J. Walker's many accomplishments shows she was not just a successful businesswoman. She was also a philanthropist, an arts patron. She used her influence and fortune to help others. She gave large sums to charities and orphanages. Madam Walker was vocal about social injustice. She spoke out against racist attitudes at a time when it was risky to do so. She petitioned Congress and the president to support federal anti-lynching laws, and she showed her allegiance to the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, pledging $5,000 to its anti-lynching campaign. It was the largest single donation the civil rights organization had ever received. In 1998, the United States Postal Service issued a stamp commemorating Madam Walker and her extraordinary accomplishments. Her New York mansion is a National Historic Landmark, as is the former Walker Company building in Indianapolis, which now houses the Madam Walker Theater Center. There is a street in Manhattan honoring Madam Walker and her daughter, Alelia, who was a famous Manhattan society figure. Harvard Business School recognized Madam Walker as one of the great American business leaders of the 20th century. It would not be unrealistic or far-fetched to say the rags-to-riches story of the little girl who dreamed big has inspired generations.